today is flea market day. I'm in my full fur red cape and I'm just waiting for the car to de-ice, defrost, defibrillate. And we'll see if it makes it to the flea market. I'm not optimistic, to be honest, but if I leave it sitting here outside the house like this, it will never ever ever come back to life. So here we are, sitting here. Oh my god. Such fun. Okay, it's a start. I've left my vintage yellow spatula in the house and the door won't open and won't close. The front door won't open and won't close. So I'm not going back in for it. I'm just going to sit here and wait for something to melt. It's like, oh my god, it's terrible. Oh. I've made it. Safe and sound. The sun's shining, but it's like -2 degrees, and I know that doesn't sound very much to the people in Canada and places that really get it, but we're just not cut out for it. I'm not cut out for it. We're just not set up for it, is what I mean. Absolutely everything falls apart when it gets to like 0 degrees, and it stays in shattered pieces. But anyway, I'm here and I haven't had my breakfast. Well, I mean, I haven't had my breakfast. I've had biscuits for breakfast, and I was sitting at the traffic lights trying to make myself feel warm, thinking about hot chocolate, and just a second. Oh god, yeah, thinking about hot chocolate, and the thoughts of Errol Brown's hips came into my mind, and I'll share that with you later, because honestly it really gets you through sometimes. So hang on, we're getting close. Oh well, I'm back in the car and it's positively tropical. Scotch you. And I got some exciting finds actually. Even though I was so late because of getting the car going, I walked in and the jewellery lady who has the jewellery bags, who hasn't had any for a few weeks, came running up to her and she went, I've got bags. So I said, right, okay, I'm coming over. And she did, so I got them, and I got some of the little Scooby snacks, and this is going to be perfect. All right then, so now I'm going to try and find some engine coolant antifreeze for Peggy Lee, the Fiat. It's not my choice of car, but you know what I mean. Because there's not a sip of antifreeze left in the whole of England. In the bleak midwinter. Anyway, hot chocolate for me, antifreeze for Peggy Lee. Here we go. Okay, we are cooking with gas. There are about 3 bottles left. Top's off. However, top, if you can see, is down there. So that's just a gift to life, isn't it? Shall I shake it? Shall I just like shake it loose? Oh, bloody hell. Anybody got a stick? Right, hang on. Gonna have to be inventive here. I bought these beautiful Danish yellow candles from a charity shop just by the flea market. I was just about to use one of those to try and get the lid, and then I found this, got my umbrella. I'm going to try and get this down in the gap. Come here, you little shit. There you go. You go and sit with your friends. Back. Okay. Okay, that's the third last carton of screen wash in the whole of England, I think. They had 2 more, and that was from their delivery this morning. It's mine now. Hello everybody. I'm home now. I survived. We had -2 and the country just descends into apocalyptic hell. I know everyone around the world is thinking, seriously, we get like -50 regularly every year and we just carry on. However, this is England. Nobody carries on. Nobody, as the slogan says, keeps calm and carries on, because everything literally grinds to a halt and falls apart like dust. I can't tell you how miserable it is when we get the slightest bit of freeze, but seriously, it is rotten. However, I have the Holy Trinity to take care of me. I've got my vintage spatula designer, might I just add. Mince pie, cup of tea, and I've put my sunglasses smiley emoji cup out today because I thought it might do that thing where you trick your brain into thinking, actually, I'm hot. You know that nonsense where people tell you just think you're warm and you'll be warm. Be the success you want to be. Be the warm you want to feel. I tell you, if this doesn't work, oh, I don't know, there's no hope. However, what I've done is, I went to the flea market yesterday and it took me so long to get the car going, to clear the windows and get it running. And there's not a scrap of antifreeze or screen wash in the whole of England. There's just literally bare shelves and everyone wandering around thinking, how am I going to get home? Yeah, but I managed to get to the flea market and it was late. I think I missed a lot of the good treasure, but don't worry, I'll do you proud. I did all right. And I swear to God, those folk, I stood at my herb and spice market store for 10 years and I'm serious. It is brutal. And that lot standing there, you know, from like 4 in the morning in that temperature on the concrete, it's sort of like bedrock cold. Do you know what I mean? Like prehistoric ice age ground standing there like that. And they're in their 80s. They are hard as nails. But they turned up. Thank you to them. And so did I eventually. Finally got there. And I got some Scooby snacks. So yeah, let's start. Oh, also I'll tell you that I got some Scooby snacks from the flea market yesterday, and I'm also going to show you a few bits and pieces that I've picked up from the charity shops in the last, sort of this week, but also a few bits from last week, because it was literally, we were snowbound with 2 inches of frozen snow. Couldn't get out of the house, couldn't get out the car, couldn't drive down the road. There's no gritters, there's no nothing, and also there's no ambulances. So I ventured out once last week for biscuits because I was desperate for biscuits, and all I was thinking was, as I was walking, was, don't fall, no one's coming. Don't fall, no one's coming, because there's no ambulances. And anyway, I didn't fall. I got my biscuits, I got mince pies, and also, can I just say that Tesco have that thing where they try to make you sign up so they can rip your data, and you get food at a normal price as opposed to the price which is extortionate if you don't join their data rip-off scheme. They call it a club. I call it a racket. But anyway, they hid the pies that aren't within the protection racket scheme they've got going, and I found them. Better try harder, Tesco. So, nom, I'm going to eat that now. And I'll show you my bits and pieces. So, get a cup of tea yourself and relax. And here we go. I might as well start with this joy. I'm sorry the light is so terrible. I have got the light on in the living room and it's the brightest room in the house, but it's still really dark. But I'm sorry. I will get some proper lights for my videos if everyone keeps watching. So, right, got this a few months ago, to be honest, in a charity shop. I think it was £2, and it is vintage. I'll show you the bottom. I can't remember the name. Hang on. There we go. 70s, I think. Rusty Metal, and the designer is Eric Lehman melamine, and that's wicked. So that's a mixing jug. It is a bright yellow, but the light is gonna do my nut in. So hang on. Oh, I think we'll have to relocate. This is so unprofessional. God, right, hang on. Oh, well, that's the colour. I put the fairy lights on. Does that help? Is that really weird? I've adjusted the colour and the brightness on my camera phone. But is that just going to freak you out? Hang on. I have relocated again. Oh, darling. I'm sorry. Poor Begonia Coconut is just thinking, can I have some rest for 5 minutes? Can I just have like 1 minute's peace? Yeah. Oh, she's so beautiful. Okay, we're upstairs. We're not going anywhere. So I'm going to start with this. I got it at the flea market. It was the last thing I grabbed as I went. It was £2 and it's not vintage, but it looks cool. And it's one of those shop display trays, veloured, flocked, velvety things. And I just thought it would be perfect for doing things like this. Right then. So I'm going to start with some of the bits and pieces that I picked up from the charity shops where we just get the show on the road, for goodness sake. Okay, I know I had a strict rule that I was not to buy any more Christmas decorations, but I saw these in the window of a charity shop and I thought that they were possibly vintage 1990s. Do you remember back in the 90s where Paper Chase and Heels and Habitat, when they had a massive moment, a design moment that peaked with these sort of fluorescent neon colours, and everything was this pink. I've got espresso cups, you know, it was when all that sort of culture was coming in for having espressos at home, and Paper Chase in particular just flocked and metalized everything in neon pink, and it was fabulous. And I'm pretty sure these are from the 90s. It does say on the box. Hang on a second. Can you see that code NQQG0692? Is that a year? Is that 92? Did anyone ever work in Next in the 90s and can recognise that barcode? And let me know if it's 92 or if that's just complete wishful thinking on my part. Am I just dreaming? But I'll tell you what else makes me think they might be from the 92. £4. They'd be £4 each now. So I just wonder if they are vintage, if they are full on 90s. But anyway, I bought them. Hey, now I've broken them. There we go. I also bought this because it was 50p and he'd been there for weeks and I couldn't bear to see him sat there any longer. And because that was only 50p, I couldn't bear the thought of just spending 50p in the charity shop. So I bought this. Painted wooden folk art lady. I believe it's Russian. There's a signature. And this steampunky fancy fox. Look at his suave eyes. Oh, hello, some movement. And he was a 99p. Oh, she likes him. And some vintage hangers, gold grapes. Vintage bell and gold vintage lemon. There she comes. Hello, love. Am I disturbing you? She does like a little bit of a tear around after her double breakfasts and then a nice long afternoon siesta. Can siestas be 7 hours long? Oh, sorry. Oh, she's annoyed. She's going to bed, I think. Oh, I bothered her. Sorry, love. See ya. So I truly hope this is the absolute last of any of the Christmas stuff I'm buying, because I've gone past saturation point so long ago. But I did get the other week these, and I'm obsessed with them. Hang on. There we go, I got these. And I'm just, mad about them. They're mercury glass, vintage altar candles, you know, those huge candles, or bottle coasters. I think they're probably bottle holders, you know, coasters for the dining room table. But you could easily put a candle in there, maybe a round one, or, you know, those very large sort of church candles. But they're just amazing. They're so pretty, and this face is really, really quite sweet. Often Santa scares the life out of me, and I just find it really creepy, all those kind of old men with big beards. I'm a little bit pagonophobic, a little bit beardphobic, which has been challenging over the last few years, obviously, with the old hipster fashion going on and on and on and on and on. But I think we're seeing the end of that, and can't say I'm not relieved. But yeah, these are absolutely gorgeous, and I have got them listed. I've listed them for £38 for the pair. There is some wear on the top, but honestly, I can't find anything else like them. They're really heavy, they're really good quality, and the colour, when it's in the sort of dark, twinkling lights of the rich sort of evening Christmas table, they just glow. They're beautiful. So I hope to God, or I hope to Rudolph, that is the last of my Christmas buying. I just can't house anymore. I've sold a tiny little bit, and it breaks my heart, but seriously, it's gone past the point. So there we go. Next, I found this in the charity shop last week. It's a vintage abalone shell clock, and I just think it is a phenomenon. Amazing. It does tick very quickly, and it's a little bit loud for our ears because we're so used to not having clocks ticking anymore, but it's a lovely sound. It's like a little purr, really. It purrs as opposed to ticks, but it keeps good time. It is a whole abalone seashell, I believe. Oh no, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but there we go. You can see genuine New Zealand. Hello, New Zealand. Power. I'm sorry about the pronunciation. Shell, and that's by Throwers Jewellers in Christchurch, 417 Colombo Street, Sydenham. I just thought that was amazing. It's got a wild Art Deco look, and Begonia, come on, darling. I don't know where she's meowing. And yeah, look at it. Look at the iridescence. It's just incredible. Lovely. I have listed that for sale. That's for sale for £30. That's on my eBay. There'll be a link to that in the about information underneath the video. So if you just click on more information, it will be in there. Thank you. Okay, this next find, I'm going to run the risk of losing all you glamour fans out there. Because I got beyond excited when I saw them. It's literally like finding a crock of gold at the end of the charity shop aisle. You'll never guess. I'm just going to show you. I swear to God, don't hate me, but this is the best thing I've found in years. Look at them all. It's very like replacement bulbs. Honestly, you can't get these. You can't buy them in the shops. You can't even buy the lights anymore. And I've got about 10 sets of these death trap light bulbs, fairy light sets. And I know, you know, they're dangerous and all of that, but they come out for sort of 3 weeks, once every year. And if one bulb goes, everything goes in the landfill, the whole lot. And we're all supposed to use the LED ones now, which are supposed to be safer. But I've got a set of LED lights that just like flash like a hazard warning. And I haven't got them on the flashing setting. Can you hear Begonia in the litter tray? Sorry, I'm just going to carry on because I'm never going to get to the end of this and there's not enough light as it is. Right, so yeah, look. This will see me to the end of my Christmas days. Can't tell you how happy I am about it. There we go. And the last thing to show you from the charity shops from this week and last week is this QVC Chateau d'Argent 925 silver crystal pendant necklace. There we go, gorgeous. And it's got a lovely leopard skin box to go with it. Very nice. This is listed for sale on my eBay. I think, I can't remember. Please have a look, I can't remember. But it's in fantastic condition and it is silver. Oops, that's not the last thing from the charity shops. I also got this pendant necklace, this one here. It's brand new. I got it from the charity shops. I think it had a label on it. And it's in an Art Deco style, but obviously it's not Art Deco, but I thought it was fabulous. And I also got this, which was also brand new from a charity shop. And it had one of those cord chains, you know, the black plasticky leather cords. And they just bring everything down to such a level. I just find them really unattractive. So I unraveled the cord, untied it, and I thought I could sort of put it on either a very thick pewtery silver tone chain or one of the circle chokers that I've got from my jewellery bags. So I'm going to try that out now and see what you think. Well, it's not quite right, but it definitely looks better than the cord. Let me try a different one. Well, I think that's a better colour, but it's too thin. So I'll try something else later on. You can just sit up there and relax. I'll find the right chain for you at some point. I also got this dream. Huge, big, statement, black and crystal bumblebee necklace. Also possibly brand new from the same lot as those two. When I put it on over my red fur scarf cape shawl thing I got from the haul from last week, I just thought, oh my gosh, I look fabulous. Oh, nice. Okay, next I got a green lens bullet vase, mid-century, I think they're from 1955, scroll vase, and because I sold the one I had downstairs on the coffee table, that was the amber one. And I found this in the flea market yesterday, so I picked that up. Oh, she's fresh from the litter tray. She's fresh from her boudoir. Ay, ay, ay. Smooth that away. There you go, love. Fragrant. Do you like the new vase? Yeah. Hi. Hi. Right then. Also from the same store, I got a vintage watch or bracelet box. Immaculate inside. Got a nice patina on the outside, lovely colour. That would look nice with the faux chagrin box that I found a couple of weeks ago. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm ruining her afternoon sleep. I'm sorry, darling. Good girl. However, one of the most interesting things I found in a long time is something that I picked up and put down. I always do that. And I know why I did that, because when I got to the flea market late, I went to the first stall and the trader who has the jewellery bags came running up to me and she said, "Oh, you're here, brilliant, I finally got some." So I said, "Right, I'm coming over." So I was looking, but I was thinking about the jewellery bags at the same time. So I went over and picked those up. I got 3 bags, which I'm going to go through and show you after this. But just as I was leaving, I went back and I picked this up because something about it made me sort of wonder what the history of it was. It just seemed, even though it's in a terribly distressed condition, it just seemed like it was full of history. the quality looked very different to everything that I'd seen, knocking about before. And it is, in fact, very different to everything I've seen before. So I'll open it for you. Oh, I'll just show you it is initialed. Now, now I know about the box, that's probably gold. The handle is firm, but obviously this is gone. And inside is this joy, and it says Finnegan's, Manchester, Liverpool, and New Bond Street. And I did this on the stall, and I just got really quite excited. So when I started researching it, I found out that Finnegan's was actually one of the most desirable brands for luxury luggage and jewellery cases and travel cases. They set up in the... She's got absolutely no respect. They set up in the 1800s proper, and very, very quickly became the most desirable brand to have for, steamer travel, luxury cruising, and absolutely on a par with Asprey. And they had celebrity clients, the sort of, like the Liberty End, and this is alligator or crocodile skin, and they actually, I don't know if they invented it, but they developed it and took ownership of this cantilever system, like the sort of triple and double layer cantilever of jewelry baskets, jewelry cases, jewelry boxes. Begonia's putting me off, I'm sorry. And see, yeah, there we go. They took up on Bond Street opposite Asprey and had a very friendly rivalry with each other. And as travel became more dependent on sort of flying and oh god, all right, nothing's broken, but as you can see, my child has absolutely no interest in me rambling on about jewelry boxes. As people started to fly and became the jet set, they started developing smaller and much lighter jewelry boxes and travel cases, and they developed things like this. And I mean, when you look at it sitting there like that, you realise how absolutely magnificent it must have looked when it was in pristine condition. It's just got it. It's got something. And I think this is probably a gentleman's travel case, and maybe 1900s later, so between 1900s and 1930s, I would guess for this. Complete, total guess, not an expert. And it has that watermarked silk interior. Croc, gaiter, don't know. Handle's in incredible condition. Absolutely mullered at the front. What I'm going to do is investigate how to best repair this. I think someone's had a go at just sort of slicing it off across there. And actually, it doesn't look that bad, it being razor bladed off. This looks terrible, and I don't know if it can be repaired, so it might be the case just to take it right across there, since it's gone and there's not much really you can stick it to. But isn't that exciting? I'm going to investigate more, but first I'm going to take everything that's breakable out of Begonia's reach. This was a celebrity. Wonder who MAP was. Any guesses? On the same theme as knackered jewellery boxes, I bought this as well last week, and it's another one of these... Oh, Begonia's going to bounce. I'm not nervous at all. She's on the edge of the bed, ready to launch. Oh, there she goes. Oh, there she's going into the depths of the quilt. Good. Yeah, I know. I absolutely shouldn't buy broken things, but I thought I'd buy this anyway because you could put it at the back and have it that way. You wouldn't see it. But I also want to try out some techniques for fixing cracked glass. I've seen a few things on Instagram and YouTube, but obviously they look completely fake. But has anyone tried any of the glass crack fixing tubes that you can buy, or Gorilla Glue, or anything like that? Has anyone actually tried something and it's worked? I've seen everything just, you know, telling you that this will work, but probably won't. But if you've actually done it and you've had success with it, please let me know what you did and how you fixed it. I thought when I bought it that I could take the pane out and replace it with a piece of thin glass and that would be job done, but it's completely sealed all around, inside and out, and also the shelves are on top of the inside frame, so there's no getting rid of it unless you smash it all, but then you wouldn't be able to put a new one in. So if you know, I would love to have some advice. Thanks very much. It's cute though. It's good if you put it that way, you would never know. I'll have that filled in 5 minutes. Peconia's looking at it like, smash it, smash it. Some more things ready for smashing. Her eyes are like alive when it comes to glass. She sees it as a challenge. I found this, I think it might be vintage, maybe 90s, maybe Y2K. Lovely flying dolphins through a glass perfume bottle in coral, and there's a little turtle there. You see him? Very cute. Here she comes. Oh my god. Yeah, as I said, I bought some candles that nearly got used as a poking stick to get the top of my car thing. And I also got this classic Greek vintage little tote bag. Beautiful colour. It's like a sort of coral colour, and it's an amazing condition. I always get them when I find them. Everybody loves them. Cool. Oh no! You're my best treasure. Yes. You're the best thing I've found out in the street. Last from the flea market, and then I've got some jewellery bags to show you, is another pair of vintage glasses that I picked up. The opticians were called M.A. Fox, and that was at 47 Sankey Street, Warrington, and the phone number, look at that, was 03512. Wait till you see these. Oh my god. Look at that. What do you reckon? Late 1940s? Maybe 1950s? These are the bomb. Amazing. Oh my god. Oh, I think 1950s now. I'm looking at them. Sort of like a pearl shell frame at the top with a fantastic geometric base. Do they look good? Begonia. Got you for a second. I hope I can grab that. Begonia. Begonia. Becky. Bacchus. Begonia. Go and look at me. Look at me. Don't look at the birds. Look at me. Look at me. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, get a cuddle. Okay, let's have a cuddle. Oh, Santa. She feels the same way about Santa that I do. Oh, be careful. Good girl. Okay, so I got 3 jewellery bags, and I've had a quick little dip in because sometimes if they're really tangled up in a knot, I have to undo it. I have to stop the video and then untangle them and then start and stop and stop, and that takes up a lot of time. So I had a quick look through, didn't look at everything, but yeah, I'll just empty them out and have a little rake and show you anything that's interesting. first bag, lots of bangles. This bangle bracelet thing, which you get a lot of these coloured shell pieces of jewellery in jewellery bags. But this one's fantastic. I love it. It's loud, so it'd be great for sort of like a festival, or, you know, something where you don't have to sort of take a very quiet sip of your drink every now and again. You can just like, but the colours are amazing. Do you like it? If you were a cabaret style begonia, which, you know, in my mind you are, this could be a fabulous neck ruffle for you, in my imagination. Obviously, and never in reality. That wouldn't even happen. I don't even think about reality. Other bits and pieces. This is actually quite nice. I think that might be vintage. But this was quite cool, I thought. It's a bracelet and a necklace set. And gorgeous colour. Very dark, sort of coral, rich colour. Great. Fantastic sort of boho look. Sweet. So that, I think, is my favourite out of the first bag. And this is really cool too. This is right up my Strasse. I'd wear this. Really heavy statement, chunky, a sort of coppery matte brass tone, puff heart, chunky chunk. Cool. Looks amazing. Obviously not with the bee. I might take the bee off. But that heart necklace with those bees, they look amazing. These bags were not very expensive. I don't think I paid very much at all. Maybe £10 for all three. And I knew that there wasn't much in them. She told me. But I'm thrilled already. This and that. Great. Sorted. Sweet. So that's broken. That's vintage. So those stones will be good for harvesting for repairs. Costume. In focus. Costume. And I think I've got the other one to this, single, from a bag I bought months ago. So they always come around. Next bag. The bags smell like they've been down the Legion on a Friday night. And I don't know if you remember a story about Begonia was taken care of by a lady that enjoyed a cigarette. So she now always loves the smell of a cigarette infused jewellery bag, as do I. There's something really quite exotic about it. It reminds me of the days when I could have fun. Next bag. Oh, please be broken. Please be broken. Please be broken. Oh, damn it, it's not broken. I know you're thinking, what is she on about? But these little cabochons, they're not stone, they're sort of resin or plastic. And I've got so many pieces of actual vintage jewellery that needs this exact size cabochon stone and perfect colour, to be honest, that would match perfectly, that need something to replace the broken pieces with. And I can't bear to break up something that's complete, even if it's not as good quality as the thing I'm trying to repair. So darn, that's perfect. Chunky chunks. Oh, that's sweet. Little sunflowers, just costume, just aluminium, I think. And there, that's probably vintage. I think that's AC's. Modern copies of vintage rose flower beads, brand new. Ooh, what are you? What are you? You're gorgeous. Oh, but cursed you for having the code. But that is beautiful. That looks, it's costume obviously, but it looks like my designer piece that I found, that Mexican Luciano bangle cuff that I found in a charity shop by accident. Can't take credit for knowing what that was, but now we know what it is. I absolutely adore it. But yeah, it's got that look about it. But this is costume. But it's really nice. Okay, what else we got? Chunky chain. Probably a belt. Anything exciting? This, I'm not going to spare you some of the challenges of flea marketing and thrifting and jewellery bags because there's quite a lot of hair in this bag. Accumulated hair. Sometimes things get given away because they rip the hair out of the back of your neck. Do you know those necklaces? We've all had them. We've all got them. But you know, sometimes because the nature of the necklaces, they just kind of gather up hair, and you do have to deal with that if you're thinking about venturing into the jewellery bag game. Sometimes it's not a very nice game. It's a wicked game. Full of evil hair. Anyway, this is nice. This is sort of like an Indian style, but it also has a sort of Native American vibe going on. Obviously a modern piece, but still pretty. Oh, is that something to go with it? Oh, it's an earring. Oh, go on. Please be a pair. Anyway, there's an earring to go with it. Okay, so I found that. That's quite nice. This single earring I thought was quite cute with a little pink tassel, like the colours. I found a enamel ring, which is quite interesting. But I think it's a bit cracked. Yeah, it is broken. I didn't find the other earring to this, but what you could do is wait a while, see if it turns up in another bag. If you've got the patience, which I do, I can wait forever. Or you could do is just sort of take the loop off it and add it to the melange and just put an end to the waiting game. Yes, okay, I'll do that. Thanks, Begonia. Thanks for the advice. She says, no problem. I think I've saved the best till last. This one looks like it's probably got the most potential to have something quite nice in it. So here we go. Tip tip. I love, oh my god, that colour's amazing. I mean, it's just costume, you know. Probably Marks and Spencer's or Topshop or somewhere like that, but isn't that beautiful? It has that sort of Cleopatra vibe going on. I mean, you know, straight out of a factory. Not out of a factory last week, but yeah, it's got a lovely colour. What else have we got? Beads. Is it terrible of me to... Yeah, no, I'm not going to say it. Because this is a feel-good vlog. I'm not going to mention what I think that looks like. Beautiful. Oh, do they go? No. Nice colour though, but you know. Chains, chains, chains. Oh my goodness. Right, okay. I'll do this and then get back to you. Oh, love. Do you want some food? Are you hungry? Or do you just like sitting in the jewellery with me? No DNA test required. Definitely my child. Come on, love, let's get some food. Okay, I've fed her, but she's back. She's just like all about it, just like me. So I've gone through the bag. I haven't separated it all because it's just in a massive tight knot. But I found this vintage little number, this fantastic rhinestone, and look at them. Look at them. Woo! Aurora Borealis. It's like a flashing rainbow. It's even stripy. Very, very nice. This 3 vintage religious pendants, including a St. Christopher. I found 2 sets of sterling silver 925 earrings and a vintage amber tone glass brooch. A whole handful of just the most extremely useful vintage necklace chains that it can be, oh, these are like the best things you can find. Honestly, when they're in this good condition and they're vintage, you know, and they're that aluminium metal alloy that I can never remember the name of. Is it Alexol? Alexol Carrington? What's the name, Begonia? Um, Begonia? No, doesn't know. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, it's that 1970s aluminium soft plasticky metal. That, but what I found was this. Oh, wait, brace yourselves. Well, no, don't brace yourselves. It's not that exciting. It looks like Naomi Aki's chaparral dress. You know, at an absolute push on a freezing cold Friday. That's what it looks like to me. And that thought is going to keep me warm. Oh my God, Begonia. She's found a bed that I threw off her chair and flung on the bed to be out of the way, and now she's in it and she's doing the making biscuits and purring, and I could die. She's so cute. So there we go, guys. It's getting dark now, and that's the end of the haul. Thanks for sticking with me and keeping me company in the freezing cold and all of them shenanigans. What a palaver. But all is well now. We've got all our beautiful little knickknacks and trinkets and bits and bobs, and everyone is cozied up at home. So I hope you have a fantastic week. Stay safe, stay warm, and please like and subscribe. You know, it helps me so much. But apart from that, please let me know what you think. If you see anything you like, or if you know about fixing that glass cabinet, that would be brilliant. And take care. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.